Hey guys, welcome back. So happy to have you here. Guess what? Today's the day. We're finally switching over to ethanol.
It's cold.
Been waiting for the parts to come in the mail. It's finally here. We've got our Fuel-It Bluetooth connectivity plug-in thingamajigger right here. So we're gonna hook that up. Got our ethanol content sensor. Got all the little pieces and parts that we need. So we're gonna start digging into the fuel system here, get everything all spliced in and wired up. And then we're gonna take the car over to the gas station, fuel it up full of ethanol. And once we get to around about E60 or so, then we'll go ahead and flash on that E85 tune. And we'll give it a rip. It's gonna be a whole lot faster, so I'm really looking forward to it. Yeah, let's dive in.
This probably goes without saying, but you want to make sure that you do this in a well-ventilated area, otherwise you're going to end up high as a kite and potentially blow your house up. So save you guys an hour or so watching me just installing this thing, and we'll do a little time lapse for you. First, we're just going to lay down some rags. So we're going to be disconnecting these fuel lines, and some gas is going to spill. So you want to try to catch as much of that as possible. I'd like to recommend not reusing any fuel line clamps. Definitely replace them with brand new ones. And in my case, I'm using the Oetiker clamps. We're going to start off and carefully cut into the insulation on this fuel line so we can remove it and more easily mark the spots where we want to splice in our content sensor. Put down a couple more rags. I'm going to cut through this line using tin snips, which is just what I had handy, and it's the easiest thing to cut through this in my opinion. So we'll slip the new Oetiker clamps on there, and we'll go ahead and plug in those fuel lines into the end of the Bundy connectors on the ethanol content sensor. And we're going to clamp them down on there nice and tight. Now we've plugged in the Fuel-It Bluetooth dongle into the end, and we're going to start routing the wiring. In this case, I just zip tied the connector to the line over there, and then we're going to measure out exactly how much wire that we need to go to the positive and negative terminals. Now that we got everything tightened down, we're going to just take a look and admire our handiwork. I'll be sure to include a complete list of tools and parts that I used for this installation, and I'm also curious what types of vehicles my audience drives, so please leave me a comment and let me know.
After verifying that we don't have any leaks and that the content sensor is working properly, now we're heading over to the gas station to fuel up on some E85. Got about 5 miles left until the tank's empty, and the gas station's about 3 miles away, so we'll have to fill it up. Once it gets down to zero, hopefully it's going to have to drive around a little bit, and we'll be good to go. Fortunately for me, the part of Southern California that I live in, we have ethanol stations aplenty around here, and the vast majority of them have been tested by a lot of other people who are running on E85. I do have an ethanol test kit, but I'm not going to bother using it because I know this gas station that I'm going to right now has been verified as good. So the car went from 5 miles to 0 miles left instantly. And fortunately, the gas station is right around the corner. There we are. Yeah, baby, let's go. 85 time. It's happening. Price is $3.79 per gallon, which is a far cry from the other garbage prices that we're paying right now for gas. 55 bucks for 14.5 gallons, not too shabby. Go ahead and start up the Fuel-It app, check our ethanol content. So right now we're at E09. So it usually takes about 10 to 15 minutes or so of idling for the gas to reach that magical E60 number. When you flash over to the 85 tune, 034 recommends you get up to at least E60 before flashing it. Their tune is made to operate within the E60 to E85 range safely. So we're just going to hang out here for a bit, let the car idle. We're still at E09, no change yet. Takes a bit for the 91 octane or whatever other blend of fuel you're running to clear out of the fuel rail. Oh, It's been about, I think 8 or 9 minutes or so. Finally starting to see it tick up. I put the car into dynamic mode just to raise up the idle a little bit on it. And it's making it go up quicker. Let's go! We hit our magic number. So now we'll pull out the laptop. Alright, so we've got the laptop hooked up. I've got the laptop connected to my phone. Strong signal here, so I'm not too worried about that. 034 says it's okay to flash vehicles over when you're just doing a fuel remap without having the car hooked up to a battery tender because the fuel switchover is pretty fast. But just out of abundance of caution, I've got everything mostly turned off. My lights, air conditioning, all that stuff is turned off just so we don't have to worry about any kind of a low voltage situation. Alright, so we're coming over here. We're going to go to the E85 our 1.3 version. So as you can see, it says E60 to E85 ethanol content required. Alright, let's flash it, baby. Oh no, what's happening? What's happening with my car? Oh my god. As you can see, it's going by pretty quick. Success. Just driving around, normally it feels about the same as it did before, just nice and smooth and even. Still really enjoying that new billet transmission mount insert that we installed from 034. That's definitely helped out the shifting feel a lot. Shout out once again to those guys. Feel the torque down low coming in sooner. I was hoping the car would run a little cooler on ethanol, but it seems to be about the same. So I'm just trying to find a spot right now where we can give some heavy accelerations, and then we're gonna hook the Dragy up. We'll do some comparisons between the Dragys that I did when it was stock versus stage 1 on 91 octane, and then we'll do another run on the E85 and see how it does.
Well, unfortunately, when I installed the Dragy app, I lost the video that I did with the OEM tune, but I can tell you that it ran in 0 to 60 in 3.79 seconds.
Alright, we're back in the garage, and I'd say that that was definitely a success. We could see it in the Dragy numbers that the E85 has made a difference. I could feel a difference in the way the car drove, and I could also feel a difference in the power as well. So stock horsepower and torque is 441 horsepower, 467 torque. And on E85, we're looking at 532 horsepower and 548 foot-pounds of torque. So that's a 91 horsepower gain over stock, and the 84 foot-pounds of torque over stock. So you can absolutely feel that when you're driving the car, and again, we can see it in the Dragy numbers as well. So next on the list, we're going to be upgrading to a high-pressure fuel pump, and we'll be able to go to the Stage 1 Plus tune. On the Stage 1 Plus, and we'll be putting down 566 horsepower and 610 foot-pounds of torque. Which is 132 horsepower over stock and 151 foot-pounds of torque over stock. So that's absolutely going to make a huge difference. We're also going to be putting on the Stage 2 TCU tune as well, which will also boost up our 0 to 60 times. So we're looking forward to that. I took a look at the Dragy leaderboard just now. So for February, we're currently in 3rd place with our 0 to 60 time of 3.53 seconds, which is pretty cool. I'm sure somebody will probably beat that at some point in the near future. So we just found out that there's actually a new drag strip that opened up in my area. It is quite a short drag strip of 330 feet. So it's a 16th of a mile. I have never heard or seen of such a thing, but it's better than nothing because we have 0 drag strips in my area. So we're gonna take the RS5 up there and we'll see how it does. Thank you all for watching as usual. I really appreciate it. If you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
Speedcraft Garage.